This is the first time I meet this talented artist, Sebastiaan Theart. I'm keen to discuss his art and what he is all about. Based on the west coast of South Africa, not far from Saldanha, Sebastiaan Theart is a fine artist whose practice draws from a broad spectrum: romanticism's evocative beauty, impressionism's momentary flicker of light, and the dramatic contrast of masters like Caravaggio. I met Sebastiaan online. It's the first time we meet in real life. Sebastiaan is a lot like me. He's an Afrikaner. We're both Afrikaners. We're both artists and we're both free-thinking people, which is great. And we had a conversation today and we talked a lot already, hours, and we just made a lekker connection. Thank you very much for everything and connecting with me, man.
It's a pleasure. Nice to meet you.
So I think for a start, it's like, for those people that know, just tell us a little bit about what you do. Who are you?
So I'm an artist, and I have, thought about it for a long time. I'm between being a fine artist or an illustrator, but for the majority of my time, I'm a fine artist. I paint and draw for a living. It's my passion.
Yeah. How did you discover this? Or was it always like this?
Well, I think the same way all artists discover that they have a passion for, drawing is when I was a child, about 4 years old, 5 years old, you draw. It's the way children usually, see the world, is by drawing everything, the stick figures, and it progresses as you get older, and then sooner or later, as we grow up, we kind of lose that. A lot of children do lose that artistic, that artistic drive that we are born with, and then. But in my case, I've never outgrown it. I kept drawing, I kept painting throughout my childhood, and then there comes a time where I'm somewhat more advanced than the other children in my class, my peers. So I continued painting, continued drawing, and then one day decided that's what I want to do for my entire life.
Yeah. Pure creativity, I always see it as kind of a birthright for everybody, because that is that part of the brain that is like a child and just expresses itself. I think it's a very healthy and good thing for people, but we start rationalizing it away in this very controlled society.
Yeah, I think art in general is a very difficult path to pursue. It's not easy. You don't sell bread. You sell a complete luxury. And I don't know how to explain it, but I can understand why parents usually try to drive us away from being an artist.
Definitely,
or having, in my case, I enjoyed the bohemian lifestyle, but I can understand why parents usually would push their children away from creative work, because it's
tough,
extremely tough.
Tell me about it.
And I've literally, if someone asks me, is my son going to be an artist one day, I always tell them that I hope to encourage him to do something easier, like being a doctor, a surgeon, or a lawyer, because artistry is just. It's a difficult path to take, but I mean it's a passionate path. You do this because it's a self-centered path, but you do it out of passion and love. Obviously. Like being a farmer. Yeah. It's basically the same.
You know what, I had a conversation with many years ago when I grew up in the Free State, and my best friend, he was a bit younger than me, from primary school. Once I drove through the Free State, and I just stopped there at the corporation and I said, is this family still living here? I want to see my old friend when I was like 6, 7 years old. My best friend, my first best friend. And I said, yeah, he's still here. And then I said, they found him from the corporation because it's Wimberg, it's a small town. And he invited me over to the farm, and he was like, he was just a passion for farming. He picks up the soil and then he smells it. It's almost something you can't really explain. But now, last night, I was at the yacht club and they explained that type of farming is also kind of disappearing, because now it's all corporate. That feeling is lost, and it feels to me like a lot of worlds like that has become simply just corporate. And like you say, it's a feeling thing. And I often have this conversation still with myself, at least twice a month. It's like, why did you choose this path? You're stupid.
Yeah.
You should have studied law, finished law, and become a lawyer. But now it's too late because this is what I do now.
It's too late. Yeah, it's the same with me. I have considered, you know, that sort of thought have crossed my mind a couple of times to maybe try other paths. It happens. It happens with a lot of artists. Sometimes you kind of need a break from these sort of tough times. But you know what they say in Afrikaans, "Jy aanhou wen." You know, is you keep hope. You hope you'll find a breakthrough, or and then there's good times. There are great times when artists can really generate enough income to continue their passion, continue practicing their craft and mastering their craft. And the greatest part of art for me is when someone can usually resonate with my artworks, when they get touched by what I create with my hands and from imagination and what I feel. Because art at the end is basically my art, is like a diary. When you buy a piece of my art, you literally buy a piece of me. You know, and when someone connects with that, I feel honored.
It's nice when people get you, they get what you do.
Yes.
And sometimes you wait a long time before somebody gets you.
Oh,
And then when somebody gets you and they say, I see what you do and I appreciate it, it's like, okay, now I know I'm doing this.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not for the money.
Yeah, it's yeah. Well, money is important.
Definitely, yeah.
But unfortunately, when it comes to art, it's not a sprint. Hey, it's not a sprint. I can be extremely fortunate to have the right people backing me, the right people supporting me, that stood by me through the thickest and the thinnest. So I'm fortunate to have the right people behind me. Not all artists have that that privilege to have the right people behind them, but yeah, I can just be thankful.
Yeah, because that's the important thing, because I think it's much harder. I mean, if you look at the history of art, it's always been difficult. But I think art is absolutely necessary in humanity, because a lot of the things you see in society comes from art, basically. If you sit in your corporate mansion, a lot of the aesthetics around you comes from free-thinking people that you manage to, but I don't make the connection.
Yeah, no, artists don't get the recognition
They
enough,
don't get
you
it.
know. Whether it's this cup we are drinking our coffee in, the coffee, the cameras, the cell phones, TVs, cars, seats, lounges, everything you touch basically today is designed or created by an artist.
Yeah. I mean, the creative thought process started the journey of whatever you see around you, almost everything.